Hello everyone, it is Mark Berman from TVMI. I am coming to you from the INTX show in Chicago, and I am here with Eric Schmitt from Allant.
Yes.
And you are, give us your title.
I'm the Executive Vice President of Communications, TV, and Media for Allant.
Cool. And how's it going so far?
It's going great. It's a very exciting show for us, a breakout show for us.
Right.
Advertising technology is central. Central importance to the future of video product.
Sure.
And it's a great moment for us.
And tell us what you do. Tell us what the company does, and then we're going to talk about all the facets of what you do. Well, what do you do?
Allant provides a software as a service, a data and technology solution that allows ad sellers and ad buyers to make the pivot to audience-based buying in television. So to get beyond basic age, gender when they're purchasing media, to really articulate what type of households, what type of consumers they're looking to reach, and then to get information about the best way to reach them. Can you find them on linear or find them on VOD?
Right.
Are they on network A or network B? That's on the front end. And then on the back end, after the ad campaigns have run, the software allows you to understand how many of those households that you were trying to reach you were successful in reaching, and whether, in fact, those households went on and took the action that you hoped they would take.
And obviously this is a very changing business. How long have you folks been in existence for?
Allant's been in business for 30 years. We've been focused on direct marketing, CRM, big data technology before it was called big data.
Right.
Strong analytics capabilities. We historically built big databases for Fortune 500 advertisers and direct marketers to help them with their targeted marketing and advertising. About 9 years ago, we pivoted and expanded into cable and television and really began to focus on TV advertising and how to bring those same capabilities to the world of television.
And you're located where? You're in Los Angeles?
Our corporate headquarters is in suburban Chicago, right here where we are now, and our advanced advertising, many of our advanced advertising team are located outside of Boston.
Oh, okay. Now, this is a very changing business, obviously.
Yes.
And one of the things that I do is I report about media, I crunch ratings, I look at who's watching what, and obviously it's a very changing business. It's not, people are not necessarily watching TV the old-fashioned way anymore, and there's so much more to it. How does that affect you? How do you keep up to date with all that?
Well, for us, the more the change there is in how people consume programming and content, the greater the need there is for a standardized way to reach those households and those audiences.
Right.
That's the bet that we've made at Allant, is that the balkanization, continued fragmenting of how people consume their content, which devices, on demand, linear, over the top, all of that makes it more challenging for an advertiser to reach an audience at scale. We're way past Gunsmoke of the 40s and reaching a third of the country with a single program.
Right.
And so we sort of put the pieces back together again, if you will, not from a content measurement point of view, but from an audience aggregation point of view. So that, again, to simplify the process for an advertiser who wants to reach, say, households that are likely to buy an electric vehicle, or homes that have children and pets, to find a critical mass of those households across those different places where the content may be running.
And are you targeted, do you specifically look at various demographics, male, female, age groups? Is that pivotal to what you do?
We bring together best-of-breed data. That's a big part of our business going back many decades. So we take third-party data sources, whether they're demographics like Axiom or Experian, whether they're automotive like Polk. We bring them together into a single place, a single library, if you will. That makes it easy for advertisers of different types to choose the segments that they want. So we don't, we really leave it up to the advertisers to articulate and express who it is they're trying to reach and the data sources and ways that they prefer to define that audience. And then we make that audience actionable.
So you, the advertiser hires you, and they give you a specific, goal in mind, what they want, like who they want to reach, and when they want to reach it. Is that what they do?
That is one way that we work in the ecosystem. Another way is that we work with the ad sellers in order to give them the systems and technology that they need to go out there to the advertisers and to provide research to the advertisers pre and post campaign. We are not unlike some of the other companies in this space, we're not in the media arbitrage business. We're not buying inventory from a seller and trying to resell. We're not trying to get between the buyers and the sellers. We're trying to enable both sides with supplemental research, supplemental information that will help them accomplish their goals.
So you're like somebody that, like, sort of like an add-on that comes in and kind of enhances the whole process? Is that what?
Yeah,
is that a way to describe it?
It bookends. It's supplemental research that bookends the advertising process, pre-campaign and post-campaign.
Right.
And if you're the seller, it's making your products more competitive, particularly with internet and online alternatives.
Sure.
And if you're the buyer, it's providing you with a means for more effectively reaching your target and more efficiently reaching that target because you're not buying wasted eyeballs.
Right. But and what in particular is changing at this point the most rapidly? Is it the way that we're consuming content? Is that what's changing the fastest?
Good, Jim.
We're at a cable show. We have people coming by. That's a nice.
That was the head of ad sales for a major MVP that we work with.
Oh, great!
I think what's changing most right now is that advertisers on the buy side, which is the tail that wags the dog. That's where the money is.
Right.
The senior folks at these advertisers, increasingly, more and more are coming from a digital background, where they're used to more data and more metrics that get beyond the single panel-based source.
Right.
And the marketplace, the allocation of dollars that TV has historically been entitled to is very much at risk now and is bleeding.
Sure, it is bleeding.
And I think that the challenge for the TV folks, which is the side of the fence that we operate on and want to make successful, is to innovate both in the local 2 minutes an hour, but also in the national 16 minutes an hour, make those advertising products competitive and superior to the digital alternatives. It's very exciting to see a changing landscape. It's very interesting.
I think it's also a little scary, actually, because again, from what I do for a living, and a good part of that is deciphering who's watching what. It's very difficult to figure that out now.
It is, and I think
particularly for an advertiser they have a product. Where do they go?
Right.
So you're one of those people that are going to help these advertisers.
That's both the advertisers and the sellers, right?
Right.
If the advertiser is going to buy a targeted audience at scale, and they want to buy that from a national cable network, 16 minutes an hour, the MVPDs that are historically the preferred distributors for that content, they have to support that. They have to put some data. They've got data. The programmers don't have data. So the MVPDs need to support those programmers in evolving that advertising, and we play a part in that process, helping to standardize the data that's out there so that that advertising remains competitive.
Great, and where do we find you if we want information? What's your website?
www.alongroup.com. It's a very exciting time for us. We have a brand new release of our product, which covers some of the things we talked about. It's being adopted very quickly by leading MVPDs, and we're very excited to keep the money in television.
Sounds like. Hey, listen, if I was a client, I would definitely reach out to you. And you're one of those people, obviously, that you're helping people. So you're getting hand slams here. People don't like me if I say the show isn't doing well, but that's my job. I have to report it as I see it. Yeah. But it's all good. What's coming up for you today? Anything in particular? Just meeting with various clients?
Clients, prospects, looking forward to a couple sessions this afternoon.
Right.
Always a pleasure to see Craig Moffat speak, so looking forward to that.
And you're here till Thursday?
Here till Thursday.
So am I. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Mark.
I thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you.
And I am Mark Berman from what was formerly known as the Cable Show, which is easier than saying INTX, isn't it?
NCTA.
I can't remember all these letters. It's very confusing. But I'm happy to be here. My first time in Chicago, so I'm happy to finally be in Chicago. Happy to meet you. The best of luck to you.
Likewise. Thank you very much.
And thank you for taking the time. Take care, folks. I will see you back tomorrow.